Visionary Award celebrates the contributions and achievements of women who work in the arts in the St. Louis region. And today we're going to learn about the 2025 honorees and the upcoming celebration on April 21st. I'm joined by Roseann Weiss. She is the chair of the St. Louis Visionary Awards. I'm also joined by Sukanya Mani, who is one of this year's honorees. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thank you both for being here. This is always great to celebrate. I mean, we've got a beautiful, lively, abundant art scene here in St. Louis, and the St. Louis Visionary Awards celebrates the women who work in this area, behind the scenes, in front of the scenes, who make it happen. So you're here again today to tell me about this year's honorees.
Yes, I'm so excited. I always am excited, and every year we get so many wonderful nominations. So the selection committee always has a hard time. But let me tell you, this year is fantastic. Our arts innovator this year is Katie Bannister.
Okay.
And Katie started an organization called Assets for All, and she is in a wheelchair. And the first time I met her, she was in the Disability Theater Project. And she's an actress, she's a singer, she's a writer. Katie does it all. So we're very excited about her and the kinds of innovations she's done with what her challenges have been. Adrienne Davis is major contributor to the arts. Adrienne, if you look on the list of boards, Adrienne's name is there. She has given so much of her time and so much of her energy to make sure that the arts in St. Louis are valued, and she really has been part of everything here. Adelia Parker Castro is our community impact artist. Adelia is arts mentor, arts mama to so many people. And, we refer to her as Miss Adelia. And I'm so excited that Adelia is finally getting her flowers. She needs us to recognize all the wonderful things she's done. Marie-Helene Bernard is very exciting to be able this year in particular to honor her. She's been with us for 10 years, guiding the St. Louis Symphony. That's something really to celebrate.
Yes.
There are very few women in that role, and she has done a stellar job. And as many people know, the Symphony building is expanding, and they're going to be opening it up quite soon. And then Sarah Paulson. Sarah Paulson is the working artist. She is primarily a visual artist, an animator, a painter, an illustrator. She's was one of the Great Rivers Biennial recipients. She did this wonderful project in which she was making paintings about being a mother and being an artist and the challenges of both. It's just so moving and so great. And then of course we have Sukanya. So we are excited to be celebrating these women on April 21st.
That's going to be great. And I want to get into more details about how the celebration goes so that people can attend. But I want to kind of switch over to you. First, congratulations, Sukanya. Thank you for being here.
Thank you very much.
I mean, I looked at photos of your artwork, and it's really interesting, really beautiful, really pulls you in. And I was reading your bio, and I thought it was so interesting. It said that you're inspired by, and you integrate feminist values into your work. And so I was wondering, as we see images of your artwork, if you could talk about sort of your process, your inspiration, and even the different media that you work in.
Sure. Well, thank you so much. I'm very excited to be here. The work starts with the birth of an idea, and the idea usually for me is telling stories about women and women's realities. In the past, I've been talking about or building awareness about domestic violence, highlighting women in immigrant and refugee communities. I've been talking about invisible labor, about immigrant identity, and the current work that I'm doing is about postpartum care, ancestral knowledge that's lost, how people used to take care of each other when new babies were born. We've lost some of that, and so the idea is to bring awareness about it. My studying background has been with science, and so I studied physics and chemistry. So I try to integrate a lot of our physical concepts like light, space, time, and gravity, and I use these forces to show my work. So there is a blend of the science and the storytelling through the arts. I'm primarily a community artist, so I take stories from the community and I present it to the community. And I think that is my calling, and that's what I'm very excited about.
No, it's really interesting, and I mean, we always talk about how art sort of affects everyone in some way, how you look at something, what you interpret. And so it's interesting. I always think when you take something that's topical and important and it's transferred into, in this case, visual arts and how people sort of respond to that. You have 2 shows, in addition to the celebration coming up,
yes.
you also have 2
busy.
shows currently running. Tell me a bit about that as well.
One of my shows is at the Coca Millstone Gallery, and that is called Presence of What, Absence of Whom. And it is a story telling about women and identity. It is, part of it is self-portraiture about how me, coming as an immigrant from different country, what does identity look like and feel like? And as part of that exhibit, I've interviewed over 30 local women who live in St. Louis and are doing wonderful, phenomenal work, and I've presented their portraits. The other exhibit is happening at the Kranzberg Arts Gallery, and that's a 4-artist exhibit. I'm one of them, and that's where I'm talking about postpartum care. Okay. The installation, one of the installations highlights the challenges of postpartum care, both in contemporary society, like we talk about mothers and what they need when a new child is born, community and mental health, and so all of those things. We talk about the idea of what it means to have a child today. How do we take the generation forward, and what are the things that people need?
Oh, it's very interesting. Very interesting. A great chance for people to see your artwork, it's knowing that you're getting the award, but it's always nice to then be able to say, oh, you know, I want to go check out your work. But thank you for sharing that with us. That's really, really interesting and beautiful as well. And so, Roseann, we've come up to the event coming up on April 21st. So what's kind of on the run of show for the night?
So we're very excited because we always keep it to an hour. And we start with the celebration and give the awards to the artists and the art supporters. And we also have some entertainment, which we haven't really announced yet, but I'm really happy to announce that the Blackbird Strings Quartet and Circus Harmony all-female acrobats will be our entertainment for that night. It's going to be fantastic.
Oh, that's great.
So we have our celebration and our award giving, and then afterwards we go next door to the tent, and we have a reception and a party, and we toast each other with our fizzes.
And I think too, what people always love about after the award, you know, the awards presentation, and as you mentioned, the celebration, when everyone gets out into the tent, you see so many people from pretty much all of the different performing arts and visual arts, all the different organizations in St. Louis. Is a great chance to catch up with people. That's really lovely. I want to mention too, you've got 2 co-chairs, I should say.
Yes.
This year. Tell me how you pulled them in and all the great work that they did.
So Gwen Mazel is from Ameren, and she is just terrific. She works with philanthropy with Ameren, and we are so happy to have her. Amaran Halen, who is an artist herself. She's an opera singer, and also just an incredible supporter of the arts. The 2 of them, I keep telling everybody that everybody's going to have to up their fashion game because these 2 women always look amazing. So I'm just really excited about them being our co-hosts.
They're the co-hosts, I should say. I'm sorry, I said co-chair, but co-host for the evening. So that's really great. And Sukanya, I mean, for anyone listening and who's an artist, and there's so many women who work in the arts here in St. Louis. I mean, what would you say your sort of advice or that sort of inspirational sort of not quote, but just message that you might have for artists, and especially female artists working here in the St. Louis area?
I would not dare to give advice to another artist, except to say what you're doing is great, and reach another artist, talk to somebody else that you like and you want to, that's where I want to be in 5 years. Reach out to them. Most of the people, especially here in St. Louis, we help each other. We take care of each other. There are so many other women supporters out there. Find them and connect with them, and always speak your truth. That's the one thing that we can do, and that's the one thing we should keep doing. That's what makes us artists, and that's what makes us live in the community and give back to the community that we live in.
Yeah, I think that's great, and that's a fair point. Not to sort of give another artist sort of advice, but I do think that's a good point. I mean, because Roseann, I mean, you've worked in the arts too for a long time, and I think there's this. We recognize on the one hand, you know, you'll pick up a newspaper article, you see hey, this is how much is contributed in the arts, and we look at it, but we don't, there's such power in the arts, it really holds our community together, but sometimes it's overlooked to a certain extent just how integral it is.
I think that's true, Sarah. I think that what we don't often talk about or don't talk about enough is that the heart and soul of our community of St. Louis is really based in the arts. More people go to the arts than they do sports. And we are a big sports town, but we are a big arts town. And people who come here from other places are always amazed at how accessible things are, that we have so many free things, that we have things going on all the time. If you think there's nothing to do, I will tell you 10 things that you can do in the arts that day.
Right.
And it's really true. So it's really, our cultural fabric is very rich. And I think that we need to support it. We need to make it visible. And one of the reasons that we have the St. Louis Visionary Awards is to make it visible. We want people to understand just the depth and breadth of the talent that we have here in St. Louis.
Yeah, no, and that's such a great note to end on, because you do. I mean, I think when you go each year, or you see each year the announcement of the honorees, you're seeing a variety of artists, those who support the arts, those who work in the arts, and all that they're doing. So it's always great to see you. Thank you for being here. Sukanya, it was so nice to meet you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much.
We're going to put some information up for you on the screen so you can check out the St. Louis Visionary Awards honoring women in the arts. It's Monday, April 21st, 6 to 8 p.m. Roseann emphasized that keep the celebration to an hour so that everyone can talk afterwards and have their hors d'oeuvres and drinks out in the tent. But there it is at the Sun Theater, and you can get tickets and more information at visawards.org and follow them on their social handles. And again, thank you both for being here, and thank you at home for watching STL TV. We've got the information there for you on our screen to follow us on social media and follow us on our website, or check out our website, stltv.net. We'll keep it right here on STL TV. Experience St. Louis.